Welcome back to the £100 to £10,000 reselling challenge, where I've been documenting my journey, where I started with this £100 and we're flipping it all the way up to £10,000. We finished the last episode with a budget of £20 and 2p. However, I've also been paid out on the Air Max TNs for £40 and the black P6000s for £42.38, which means the new budget is £102.40. With that, I managed to buy another 9 pairs. So we got some Vapor Max for £13.69, some Air Force for £7.38, some Air Max 95 for £8.44, some Vapor Max for £13.69, some React Vision for £13.69, another Air Force for £8.44, another React Vision for £15.59, Air Max 1s for £7.19, and some elite level Mercurials for £8.24. However, I'm also still waiting on a refund for those Adidas Campus as well. But on a lighter note, I did manage to sell another 2 pairs. The Air Max 90s for £30 and the Mercurials for £55. These are a big profit. Anyway, if you remember at the end of the last episode, I'd bought 2 more pairs, some Huaraches and Nike React Visions. Well, they've arrived for collection, so let's go and collect them. After I collected them, I cleaned them, prepped them, and now I'm getting photos of them. Just to speed up the process, I need to get these up, listed as quick as possible so we can get some more money in the bank. That is both the Huaraches and the Reacts, listed and up for sale. Let's hope they sell quick.
2 days later.
I finally got a refund on those crappy fake Campus for £16.45, which puts my new budget up to £22.49. You know, I went straight back onto Vinted. I managed to buy 2 more pairs. These Air Forces for £8.24 and these New Balances for £13. So the budget is now 76p. But I did sell these. The black Huarache sold for £21 on Depop. So a nice, quick and easy profit on these. And now we wait for more pairs to arrive.
Much later.
Finally, after a few days since I shipped those Huaraches, a bunch more pairs have arrived. So let me show you what I've got. These, and these. I'm gonna go and prep all of these now and just get everything listed because we're kind of slowing down otherwise. So that is 5 pairs up. I think literally that's everything that's arrived. Maybe 1 or 2 still more to come, but it's kind of, we're getting through that slow stage now where we had to wait for everything to arrive. So hopefully it speeds up now. We've also been paid out £55 on the Mercurial Elites. So we do have some more money to spend, but I think I'll wait for a couple more pairs to sell before I spend anything more. But I think some of these will sell pretty quick. I'm pricing everything, you know, as cheap as I can. But obviously I'm still spending time, you know, prepping it and photographing it, etc. So we need to make sure it's kind of worth the while. There's no point me making a £5 on an Air Max 95 because I know I can. I would rather make £10 or £15 because it might take a bit longer to sell. Might even make £30 on them. Do you know, like, who knows really? Some pairs we've done really well on, like the Elite boots are really good. I think we've got 1 more Elite boot on the way. From what I've seen, they go for serious money online, but once again, we want to do fairly quick flips. So if you have any suggestions of what I could do or anything else you want me to include in the videos, let me know in the comments. But I hope you're enjoying this series. And if you haven't seen the £500 challenge, we're up quite a bit on that, like a lot more than this. So feel free to go and have a look at that and let me know what you think. Anyway, I'll update you tomorrow, hopefully, once some of these pairs have sold. After a really slow start to this episode, we finally have some big movement. 4 out of the 5 pairs that I listed yesterday sold in the last 12 hours. These Reacts sold for 35, these Vapor Max sold for 35, these 95 sold for 38, and these Vapor Max sold for 40. So £158 back in revenue from those 4 pairs, and from that, £98.49 of it was pure profit. Now, if you remember, Just a few episodes ago, we started the challenge with just £100. Now, we've made near enough our initial investment in pure profit from just those 4 pairs. I'm still waiting on 4 more pairs to arrive. There is 1 or 2 that I'm doubtful that the sellers are now going to ship because it's been quite a few days and I haven't heard back, but we'll see. For the time being, I'm going to get all of these posted and I will see you once I've done that. So I'm back from the post office. I got these Air Forces prepped and listed.
10 hours later.
We've had 4 more deliveries, so let me quickly show you what arrived. These Air Max 1 Ultra Moire reflective in navy. These white, black and orange Air Force 1 lows. These triple black Nike React Visions. And the craziest deal, these Nike Mercurial Vapor X Elite CR7s from 2016. These are like the top level professional ones. If you remember, I paid £8 on these. Done some research and I've messaged a couple like football boot resellers that I know. They're telling me in pristine condition they're worth upwards of £200 to £300. Now obviously these are used, you know, there's this like scuffing here, but I paid £8 for them, so I'm gonna make a big profit on these. But I haven't prepped these ones yet, whereas the other ones have been prepped. So I'm gonna take photos of them and get them listed now. What's good? We have sold these Navy Air Max ones on Depop for just under £29. And these black Air Forces also sold on Vinted for £23, which is about 30 odd quid profit. Not too bad. I do need to get these listed, but I need to get them cleaned up. And I think I'm going to list them at £185. Therefore, I think they'll sell fast to either a personal buyer or a reseller. And I'm still making £175 profit off this one boot. If they sell at that, then we've got the Black React Visions to get listed. And then we're up to date. If you remember earlier in the episode, I got paid out £55 on the Mercurial Superflies. I managed to use that budget to buy another 2 pairs for stock. I bought these Baltic Blue Air Max 95s for £34.69 and another Air Max 95 in like this multicolour sort of colour for £18.94. So that is another 2 pairs that should be on the way. But for now, I'm going to go and get these ones shipped and then come back, get the Mercurials cleaned, get them listed. Same with those Black Reacts from that I also bought. Unfortunately, just these sold. They are the Nike React Visions and they sold for £34. So about £18 profit on these, which isn't too bad. But it is going a bit slowly right now. I may just reduce everything else that I've bought to like £5 profits just to get it gone so I can buy more stock. Then the Air Max 90s that sold, the buyer never collected them, so they're getting returned to me. They said they're on holiday, but they'll sell quick time again, but it's annoying, I suppose. On the light side, these £8 Mercurials turn out to be worth around £150 in this condition. I have cleaned them up and stuff, so they look really nice. And I've had a couple offers already, not even from Vinted, just because I posted a TikTok and people saw it. So I'm going to continue reaching out to boot resellers and see if they will buy them off me at sort of that 150 mark, because they could probably get more for them, but I don't have the clientele for it. But even £8, even if I sold them for 100 and made £92 profit would be unbelievable. But because I paid so low on them, it's not a huge investment of the money, so I feel like I've got to aim to get, not necessarily the top dollar, but good money on them. We don't need a quick sell on these because of how low I paid. Whilst it would definitely help the budget, it makes more sense to wait out if it takes a week to sell, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to sell, but getting that extra 28% is going to be a big boost rather than just quick selling them at like 80 or £100. But yeah, they're in really nice condition now. They've been cleaned up. Like a common thing with plastic studs is that they get sort of worn down. These are perfectly fine, and they actually cleaned up really easily. So I'm definitely going to look out for more synthetic materials or football boots like this because they clean up so nicely in comparison to the ones that have the fabric, like the socks and stuff on them. But yeah, there's an update for now. So I'm going to go and get those racks posted, and then I'll give you an update as soon as I know. So the next 2 pairs that I bought have arrived. We've got the Baltic Blue, which are UK 10, which is a good size, and then these like weird canvassy multicoloured 95s. So I'm going to go prep these and get these ones listed. I come with fantastic news. Finally, this godforsaken pair of Vomeros has sold. Now, this was the first pair we bought in the series. In my head, there would be a quick seller. Unfortunately, that was not the case. They had tons of views on Vinted, on Depop, but they just weren't selling. So I reduced them to 50 and I got an offer of 45 and I took it. It's a £10 profit. At the end of the day, profit is profit, and £10 is 10% of what we originally started with. So I can't complain. But not only did these sell, the Mercurials have also sold literally 18 hours after I listed them. They're in really nice condition and they're a super desirable model. They sold for £150. So we started with £100 and I've just made £142 profit from this one pair right here. This is a massive boost for us. We're going to be able to invest that into a lot of stock. Now, I probably could have got a little bit more. I got advised from upwards up to £200 I could have got for these, but my thought was we'll get them gone at a fair price where we're making a bunch of profit. I could have sold them for 50, to be honest with you, and they would have sold instantly. And even then we would have made 40 odd quid profit. But to make £140 profit off this one boot right here is absolutely fantastic. And it's a massive boost for us. So I'm going to go and get these shipped right now. Everything else has been listed, so hopefully we get a couple more sales. If not, we're going to have to start buying again very soon.
2 days later.
We have got 4 sales. It's been a few days since the last recording, but we have sold 4 pairs. So in no particular order, these New Balances sold for £33. These Air Forces sold for £22. The Baltic Blue sold for £95. And this pair sold for £45. So that is another 4 sales done, and I feel like it might be the perfect time to end today's episode as we're waiting on a bunch of money and then we need to get all of them shipped out, so we have no more stock to list. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get up the spreadsheet, I'm going to go through our best sellers, our current profit right now and everything like that. So this is everything that has completed sale, so guaranteed money has already been paid out, total profit 191.18. This is everything that's sold in today's episode that is currently pending. We've got over £675 pending with £455 profit, 200% return, which is unbelievable. And then down here is everything else left in stock. So we've still got a couple pairs left in stock. We're waiting on a bunch of money. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode and I hope you're enjoying this series and the other series. Thank you so much. If you did enjoy it, let me know in the comment section below. Of course, if you have any questions, comment them down below and I will see you very soon. God bless.